Okay, I'm in the Ford Rouge plant. Now this is the first mega plant for Ford and just took the tour. I can't do video too much, but I can do video in this area. So these are all the cars that have been built here before, and I'll do a little closer video here once I get downstairs. Okay, just got to the museum. As you can see, it's near Christmas time. So I don't know if we have Santa here right now. Oh yeah, we got Santa. Look right there. There's Santa and that guy. And we'll do a quick walkthrough, talk about some of these cars. It won't all be about cars because there's a lot of non-car stuff in here that's really cool. Like that big airplane back there, but it'll mostly be about cars. So here's an area that I won't go through too much, but it's a bunch of farm tractors, antique tractors and everything else. And they have also furniture, so and airplanes. So we just went through the glass display in the mathematics section. So you can see a kitchen from looks like the 1930s maybe. Okay, they've got a really cool exhibit here. This is Captain Jack Sparrow's actual costume. So it's all of the Disney costumes, including Cinderella, the Dalmatians, 101 Dalmatians, Beauty and the Beast, the Santa Claus, that's Tim Allen's costume, to some of the TV stuff. And as you can see, we have Mary Poppins over here, so it's quite a really cool exhibit they have going on here. Here's some of the, you can see Snow White and the Evil Queen. This one right here is Alice Through the Looking Glass. A lot of cool stuff. All right, making your mark, establishing an automotive brand. So let's see how many of these are no longer around. Let's see, Ario, it's gone. Yes, I don't know what that's for. Infinity. Plymouth, probably gone. LB, don't know what that is. Elgin 6, gone. Hudson, Super 6, gone. American Motors, gone. Marmon, gone. Chrysler's hanging on for dear life right now. Let's see, Packard's gone. Willie's Night is gone. Whatever the heck that thing is. Whippet's gone. Pontiac's gone. Willie's gone. Mercury gone. Duesenberg gone. Chevrolet. Lincoln still here. Stutz gone. Jordan gone. Moon gone. Auburn gone. Oldsmobile gone. Dodge Brothers, as Dodge Brothers gone. There's Ario, looks like we have another Dodge Brothers. H8, Hudson 8 maybe, I don't know. Haynes gone. Buick barely hanging on because of the Chinese market. Putmobile gone. Rickenbacker gone. MG, Durant gone. Mercer gone. The Thomas Flyer gone. Not sure what that is, something 6. Anyways, a sad chapter in the automotive industry, but that captures it pretty well. Okay, yes, we are getting to the cars, but there's furniture here, we got violins. You're gonna see a reproduction of Henry Ford's assembly line here shortly, but so much to see. We got textiles. All right, so here's Henry Ford's, coming up, wait for it. All right, so here's Henry Ford's reproduction of, it's probably the original machinery here. Henry's assembly line. In front of it, we have all these cool phones. So here's, we're getting closer to the cars. You can see they have a conveyor belt set up top here. Very, very cool. All right, let's go see some cars. Oh, let's look at this. So this is a deconstructed Model T. You can see how simple of a car this is. That's pretty cool. All right, let's go see some cars. Okay, so this part highlights the progression from carriages to cars. So we're going to start, basically go in on a timeline here, so you can see the evolution of the car. Now you can see, let's see, these do not have your traditional steering wheel. There you have a tiller back there, 1890s. And this one you actually have the steering wheel on the back seat. That's pretty interesting. So they didn't know, there wasn't standardization at this time.
And I was like, no.
All right, again, we're still with a tiller up there and a tiller here. Now there's your more traditional one, 1906 Thomas Flyer touring car. Now you'll see that the right-hand drive, they had yet to figure out what would happen in the US. I believe it was Ford that standardized the left-hand driver position. All right, so we've got another right-hand drive there. And then this red Ford here is left-hand drive. 1909 Ford Model T touring car. And then you can see we're just moving along into the 20s and 30s, 1924 Chrysler touring car. And now we're getting closer to the war. Now there's a car I really want to see. That's the original Mustang prototype down there, that little white car. We'll get there. So here's the 32 Ford V8 engine. 1937 LaSalle Coupe. And then we've got the 1943 Willys Overland Jeep runabout for World War II. All right. So here's post-war 1940 Ford sedan. And you can see, we've got the bug. You can see it just goes into the 60s and 70s and 80s and 90s. A little 360 here. Okay, so here it is, the 1962 Mustang 1 Roadster. Looks nothing like what eventually came out. Zero. I don't see anything I recognize from the 1964 and a half Mustang, except maybe the logo. Now this says this concept car was developed to accomplish a marketing goal to make people think of Ford as an exciting forward-looking company. And you can see some of the period photos, car and driver cover. Well, look at that sucker. I mean, it's cool. It's got pop-up headlights, which to me is kind of weird and ugly looking. But man, I'd love to sit in that thing and take it for a test drive. So this was the initial start of it all. There's even the Mustang logo is different. The running horse is slightly different. Wow. Look, okay, the trumpet exhausts, those are basically the same trumpet exhausts for on the GT that came out in 1965. All right, this is really cool. This is the Driven to Win Racing in America presented by General Motors. Ironically, in the Henry Ford Museum. But this is cool. This is called the 999, 1902. And it sounds like it was what Ford created to see about racing, but he was scared to drive it. So they hired someone who had never driven a car for some reason to master it. And this is how it raced, at least initially. Looks like it's totally untouched. You can see some period photos here. Back in the day. Let's see. Oldfield was a terror of dusty oval dirt tracks across the country. We got some other old ones here. This thing looks like it's a freaking piano or something. 1901 Ford sweepstakes promoting business interests through racing. 4 hands are needed to drive sweepstakes. 1 to steer, 1 for the throttle or brake, 1 for the gear level, and 1 to control the oilers that lubricate moving parts. So this guy actually rides on the side, just like this. That seems totally safe. Wow, that is nuts. So you got a driver, and this guy has to ride on the side. The sound of the sweepstakes. Oh, there it goes. Now there is a period photo here where you can see how they would race. Wow. Got a monster Ford Focus over there. And these are cool. These little cars here. Tethered cars. So you can see they would race them. Nice collection over here. Oh, the Vanderbilt Cup. Let's see what this is. Oh, look at the driving mask. Let's see, 1906 Locomobile Old 16, the first American winner of the first Great American Race. And there's not a picture of the same car because that's number 9 back there. Here's number 16. Okay, so this is a line of presidential limousines. I'll get there in a minute. So we're going to go to driving in America, the impact of cars on our lives. Oh, there's also a bunch of airplanes in here. A lot of airplanes. A ton of stuff to see. So here's a diner, Lammy's Diner. And it looks like we start way back at the stagecoach era. Oh, look at that. It looks unrestored. 1891.
I would say.
Very cool. I'm not going to walk every single step through here, but I'll highlight some of the cars that catch my eye. Oh, this is cool. Look at the McDonald's. 15 cents. So that's probably 1950s, if I had to guess. Okay, I had to visit this one again. This is incredible. I've never seen one before. I mean, look at the side vents here. It's a straight inline 8 cylinder, but look at all those vents. It's actually more vents than there are cylinders. It says here they're longer than a Duesenberg, twice the horsepower of a Rolls-Royce, more costly than both put together. There's also really cool, they only built 6 of them. And here's a picture when all 6, and you can see this car in the far background there. All 6 were put together at the Pebble Beach Concord Elegance in 1985. And this one was donated to the Henry Ford Museum in 1958. Let's see, wow. Price was $43,000 when the average wage in 1931 was just under $1,400. Wow, weighs over 7,000 pounds. Wow, it took you 31 years to afford to buy this car back when it was new. I'm so excited to see this thing. Really, really cool. I don't think it's probably been driven in a while. I could be wrong on that, but I mean, look at the size of these wheels. This thing is just massive. I mean, it makes this cord just look like a baby next to it. All right, sorry, had to go back to the incredible Bugatti Royale. Amazing. All right, I think this is a future collectible. The 1983 Honda Accord. It's just such an iconic classic car. You know, it is a 4-door. They're just so cool. You just never find them in this shape, so they're not worth much right now, but they will be eventually. This is a 1913 Scripps Booth Rocket cycle car prototype. That does not look safe at all. And this is crazy. Look at this thing. 1974 Warrior concept car, rugged and reliable, and pretty crazy looking. Man, all sorts of amazing stuff. I haven't got into the vintage campers yet. You see the trains in the background. They said it would take 3 hours, but I mean, I could spend 3 days here checking out all this